Hi guys, I'm inside today, so it might be a little dark. It's supposed to be 40 degrees outside today, and I'm just trying to avoid that heat. Today I'm going to talk about my top crops for planting in a crisis situation. These crops, they grow really quick. My choice for the longest is approximately 110 days, which is give or take 3.5 months, so really quick. You can plant these outside in your garden. You can plant them in containers. If you're living in the city in an apartment, you can plant them on your patio. You can plant them in your windowsill. They're really hardy, sturdy crops and grow really fast in variety of environments, as long as you have space, light, water, and air. You can grow these crops anywhere. So that's what we're going to do today. My top crops for growing in a crisis situation. And that's what we need, because we stock up mostly on dried goods. So it's always good to have something from a different source, which is your own garden. What is better than feeding your own family and increasing your own stock than producing something with your own hands? So let's get into it. Lentils, peas, or beans. Easy to store, easy to grow. I do advise you though, when you're getting ready to plant, research your own area and your own zones, they call it, what grows best by you and what is the best planting time. Lentil, legumes, peas, beans, whatever you want to call them, are a great source of protein and vitamins, and very easy to grow. You can start growing them about 2 weeks after your last frost, so just in the beginning of springtime. They take about 80 days to 110 days from sowing to harvest, and really great because you can just harvest them, dry them, store them in containers, and you can have this for months to years as an additional source for meals. You can make soups, you can cook them with your rice, you can use them as a side dish for protein. There's a variety of things that you can do with lentils, and very healthy, a great stocking up item that you get right out of your garden. And then we have tomatoes. I think tomatoes are a great crop to plant. I mean, it's full of vitamins. It's really easy to grow. It's like one of the most easiest things to grow. Tomatoes do like a lot of sunshine and fertile soil, so make sure that you use your fertilizer. You keep the soil nice and airy, that is not clumping. You can plant these inside, outside, in your windowsill. They're such a strong plant that they can grow almost anywhere, as long as they have, like I said, sun, space, air, and light. So tomatoes are a great crop, because once you harvest them, you can can them, you can preserve them, you can use them in many different meals. You can make soups. It really is a crop that you really can't miss having in your garden. In all these choices that I'm telling you, make sure that you do your research. Make sure you know what fertilizer to use, if you need to use bone meal, the kind of soil that you need, the placing of the plant, when to harvest the plant, when to water the plant. Some plants like water in the early morning, late afternoon. Make sure that you do your research, and then in that way you will always have a great yield in your garden. My top crop for planting for a crisis situation is going to be a real shocker. I'm going to be planting sweet potatoes. I know it would be normal to plant Irish potatoes, and that's a good thing, but I think sweet potatoes are way better for storing long term. They last way longer, and I think they're much better in nutritional value than the normal Irish potato. And they're a sturdy plant. So instead of the traditional choice of choosing the normal Irish potatoes, I'm going to be container planting sweet potatoes. So I'm going to be adding some fertilizer, and the fertilizer I use is blood, fish, and bones, with some extra potassium because that's what potatoes really need to get out of the dirt. Because I have so much eyes on this potato, I'm going to cut it in 3. And when you cut it, you should seal the cut, which I will be doing with honey. I know there are a lot of different ways that people do this, but this is my way and it usually works. So I'll be getting a plant out of here and a few out of here, and these sides I will seal with some honey. And like I say, I'm not going to be doing any healing up, so I'm just covering up all the way to the top. And then on the top, I'll put some more fertilizer. I prepared the second container and gonna put them in a spot that they have 6 to 8 hours sun per day. Water them regularly, just try not to let the soil completely dry out, and in 3.5 months we can be harvesting sweet potatoes that can last us through the winter into the spring. And finally guys, last but certainly not least, are herbs. You can go crazy planting herbs in your house. There's thyme, there's basilicum, there's parsley, there's oregano, all kinds of herbs that you can use for giving your food some kind of flavor, all that food that you stocked up on. You can pinch off pieces, they replenish themselves, they don't need lots of care, just like I said, space, light, water, and air. You can plant a variety of herbs and place them all over your house, in windowsills, in the kitchen, anywhere that you have space. Herbs are fast growing. They grow for a long time. They can grow all year round, and they're a welcome addition to any meal, any cuisine, in any kitchen. So those are my top crops, guys. If you have any ideas of any other fast growing crops, because I know there's eggplants and there's cucumbers and many other things that you can grow in containers or inside your house. The list is long that I definitely could not cover in this vlog, but if you have any ideas of other fast growing crops, please leave them in the comments below. Let's engage, and I'll see you again in my next vlog. Cheers.